And
Oh my gosh. Hello.
how are you, man?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm just okay. I wouldn't say I'm great, but I'm okay because I just slept at 12 midnight last night. You know, I'm practicing my public
Wow.
speaking. Yeah, I'm practicing my public speaking until midnight last night, and I woke up at 5 for workout. So yeah, a little bit lack of sleep, but I'm pretty excited for tonight.
Thank you. You're very busy, and I've been seeing you in a lot of interviews. So that's some kind of a great practice for you.
Exactly, exactly. In the middle of pandemic, we couldn't find any stage to work on our public speaking, but stuffs like this really help for me to practice my public speaking.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and officially begin. Many people already know you, but let's give this moment to you to introduce yourself and share something
Sure.
about you to our
All
viewers
right.
and future viewers as well.
All right, all right. For people who might know me yet, I'm Okky Alparessi, just like my username here. I'm 20 years old. I'm your Mister Supranational from Indonesia 2020. Actually, I want to tell a story about myself. Is it okay, Alvin?
Of course.
Of course, okay, right. So I am so lucky. Grew up with a very harmonious and complete family, and my mom was I was raised by two different character. My mom was very nurtured, she is very compassionate, but my dad is very strong and very strict. And those different character shaped me today become a man who is tough and compassionate also. And I was the last child of my family, so I have three siblings. I have one brother and two sisters actually who live in different island from me. And being the last child, people might think that I'm a very spoiled and brat kids. Well, no. Actually, I moved out from my family home when I was 18 years old, and actually, it's against the culture, Indonesian Asians culture. We usually stay in our parents' home until we are getting married. If you guys don't know the culture in Indonesia, actually, we are staying in our parents' home until we are getting married. But I against those habits, so I moved out at 18 years old to capital city of Indonesia, Jakarta, to study to get my bachelor's degree and to pursue my career here. So that's pretty much about me, Alvin.
Thank you so much for sharing your life story. In 20 years old, you're very young. And let me just tell you, for someone like me who have been following male pageants,
Mm,
20 years old, like you, is actually very young because usually you will be competing against men who are 28 years old, 29 years old, almost a decade
yeah.
older than you. So, do you see that as an advantage that you are young?
Actually, Alvin, I'm not that young. I'm 28 years old. I'm 28.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I thought you
That's
said
okay.
20. I apologize for that.
It's okay. I'm
Okay,
28.
so let me just go ahead and skip to my next question. I
Mm,
apologize for that. Anyway,
that's
thank you
okay.
very much for sharing that. What pushed you to compete in L-Man? Was it a personal decision or someone pushed you to join pageantry?
All right. Well, actually, it's my personal choice to join Element. Actually, I really wanted to join this competition since 2010 when I was in high school, but I quite realized that my physically is not ready yet, and my mentally is not ready yet for the huge competitions like Element. So I pending, kind of sort of pending those dreams for 10 years, and then I started okay, I think 2020, this is the year. This is the time. This is a very good year. And I believe that Element is a very good platform to join, you know, because the competition itself is very positive. It's about healthy lifestyle. And I really want to work together with Element in order to become a example to young men out there that healthy lifestyle is not, it's not sex. It's cool, It's cool to have a six pack. It's cool to have a healthy body. So actually, it's a personal choice when it comes to choosing Element as my competitions.
Very good. Thank you so much
Hmm.
for sharing that. And
Hmm.
what what were your thoughts when you won L-Men, and that will give you an opportunity to
Yeah.
compete in Mister Supranational? I mean, do you already have an idea about Mister Supranational as a pageant prior to you winning the title?
Well, actually, I'm quite shocked that I'm winning Elman, and at the same time, I also represent Indonesia at Mister Supranational. Usually, Elman doesn't announce the winner at that night to represent what competitions. And surprisingly, at that night, Elman announced that the winner would be competing at Mister Supranational. And for me, I'm not really into pageant before, so I just know that about Supranational for 2 years or 1 year ago when I saw Enrique, Enrique competing at Mister Supranational. And after that, I saw a lot of, YouTube videos about Supranational. The show is very great. It's very entertaining. There's a dancing, there's a
Yeah.
fashion show. I really wanted to be on that stage upcoming August. So, Alvin, you better watch.
Yes, we will. And Mister Supranational is one of the best, actually the best pageant when it comes to the male category, when it comes to
Yes.
production as well. And I also love how I have talked to Andre before, the creative
Mhm.
director of Mister and Miss Supranational. I have talked to him before that I have commended him how they are trying to change male
Yeah.
pageantry, that before we are just focusing on the beauty of the face and the body of men, but Mister Supranational is different. They are
Yeah.
focusing on the entirety of a candidate. So, how can you convince people that there's more to you than just the beauty of face and body?
Well, I really, really strongly agree with now the hashtag of Mister Supranational aspirational inspirational, because I believe that our face, our face could wrinkles, you know what I mean? Our muscle could deplete, but our inspirations to other people will remains forever. How
Yeah,
we inspire other people, it will stay there. So for me, being in Mister Supranational stage, it's such an honor for me to represent my country. And Elman and Supranational has the same value, has an visions, to inspire not only young men, but with all people around the world. That beauty comes from within.
exactly. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for sharing that. And talking about your trainings earlier, right now,
yeah,
one thing about Mr. Supranational is that it is also one of the male pageant. Actually, this is the male pageant, which really focuses on the capability of the contestants to do public speaking. So, what are your thoughts about that? Where men are given more chances to speak rather than just showcasing the physical aspect.
yeah, yeah. If the hashtag is inspirational, a good body and good physique, or even good looking is not enough. You know, if you want to inspire other people, you have to be a good speaker. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a good speaker. How you influence other people with your thoughts, with what you do in your social media, in your daily life. It's not only good looking face, not only good looking for, just like I said before, that our muscle could, we could lose our muscle, but the way we inspire the people will stay there forever. So
Very good.
to be able to speak in front of public, that's very important.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I truly agree with what you said.
Mhm.
And let's now go to the aspirational and inspirational part, which you mentioned the tagline of Mr. Supranational.
Yeah.
You are already the winner of L-Man. You are a successful person, but what else do you aspire to be?
Well, actually, I've aspired to, you know, I really wanted to still running a healthy lifestyle until I die. For for instance, I want to stay fit and do weightlifting until probably 50, 60 years old, and it could inspire other people or young kids that hello, I'm 60 years old, but I still do workout and all that. So for me, it's very important for me to have a crystal, crystal clear goal, in order to inspire other people through our actions.
Very good. Thank you. That I'm so happy to know that you have a message, you have a reason why you
Yeah.
are representing your country, why you are competing in male pageant, and that
Hmm.
is to promote health and
Yes.
wellness to our young people. So thank you
Exactly.
so much for sharing that. And when it comes to the inspirational part, I
Hmm.
always believe that inspiration is something that you take in and you give out to other
Yeah.
people. So I have two questions for you for the inspirational part. Number one, who inspired you the most in life? And
Hmm.
number two, how do you think your life experiences can inspire other people?
Okay. Actually, um, I would say the one who really inspires me is my parents. Really, Alvin. They really inspires me. My, you know, I would say that my mom will never mad at me. My dad is very loving, you know, and very forgiveful. And for me, that part makes me, tends to want to become a good man and want to be a good example to other people. So yeah, so it will be my parents, my biggest support and my biggest inspirational.
It's so nice to hear that. I mean,
Yeah,
right now, family is very important. It's really good to
yeah,
hear that from you. Thank you so much
yeah,
for that. Now,
yeah.
for the other question, how do you think your life experiences can inspire other people?
Okay, how my life will be inspired to other people? Well, I always do everything consistently, Alvin. I really do everything consistently. For example, I was show to, the vehicle that I do to inspire the people is my social media. Through my social media, I can show them my daily workout. I always wake up at 6 a.m., do my workout, every day, every day, every single day, and don't forget to rest also. So the consistency is the key to inspire other people. So for me, yeah, the consistency itself.
Wow, thank you so much for that. And we have been following you on social media and we have
Hmm.
seen your hard work. And thank you so much for everything that you put
And
on your. Thank you for all your efforts.
I saw you doing cycling, right? Alvin, you're very great.
Yes, I do. I love that. I really enjoy that because it's one way for you to travel to different places without spending anything. All you need to do
Hmm.
is just to go in it and paddle those pedals. So
Yeah,
thank you so much
that's
for
great.
that. And now you're going to Poland in less than 2 months. And is it
Woo.
your first time or have you been there? And what excites you the most?
Well, actually, I've never been to Poland, but I've been to Europe, but never been to Poland. So I'm pretty excited because I saw from internet Poland nature is very, very beautiful, and the culture, the building, the European style building is very beautiful. And the most excited me to go there. I want to meet all my brothers, my Supraman brothers, and also I wanted to try one dish from Poland. I want to Google it. I forgot the name. It's like pierogi. It's a dumplings from Poland because I really love
Wow.
dumplings. So I really wanted to try those meals in Poland. So
Well,
that
you're
would be
definitely doing your research already. So I'm very glad that you're excited to do that.
yeah,
And speaking about your fellow competitors, do you also, same from the other girls, I'm not sure if you also have this, but you also have your WhatsApp group where you're
yeah,
talking with your fellow contestants.
yeah.
And yeah, let me just ask you that first. Are you already talking with your fellow contestants?
Yes, of course. We have the WhatsApp group. We're talking about football. We're talking about Mawoposka. We jokes a lot of things in even Andre. He also joking in the WhatsApp group.
Yes, exactly. He's a very good person. And
Hmm.
also, are you also channeling your competitive side where you look at your fellow contestants and like, who are the men whom I think will be my biggest competitor? Do you also do that? And if yes, who do you think are the strongest competitor? I mean, it's really up to you if you will answer it or not, but I would understand.
Okay, well, actually, I think everyone should deserve to be winner, but the winner should be only one person, in the room. I think it's safe to say it's safe to say not in certain contestants, but all people are doing very great. Everyone has their own, strong point, and I believe we just see later on 21 August in Poland. I think that would be my answer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very good. Thank you so much for that. And Indonesia is I would like to say that there's really some similarities with Indonesia with our country, the Philippines,
yeah,
because our people are also very supportive of beauty pageants to the point that they are expecting so much from their representative. So in your case, coming from Indonesia where there's a lot of pageant fans, do you consider that as a pressure that they are expecting so much from you? You're representing them. So do you
yeah.
consider that as a pressure?
Well, I would say a little bit pressured sometimes. Alvin, I saw that Philippines and Indonesia has the same culture. We are big nations. Big nations in they're crazy for pageants. But I don't want to take that as a pressure. I want to enjoy this pageant because it will happen only once in a lifetime. I will tell this to my grandkids, to my kids that hey, your grandparents joined Supranational. I want to enjoy every moment of it, and I'm so thankful that there's a lot of people who've been supporting me. Pageant lovers from Indonesia, from all over the world, been supporting me. Even though there is some who doesn't support, but that's okay. But that's okay. Let's focus on the love instead of the hate.
Exactly. I love that. Thank you so much for pointing that out. I mean, pageantry is a beautiful community, but just like any other else, we cannot deny the fact that there are some toxicity in it. But I do agree with you. Let's just go
Yeah,
and focus on the positive things and all the things that could help us grow and improve. Very good. Very, very good.
exactly,
Thank you so much for that.
exactly.
And representing Indonesia, if ever you'll win Mister Supranational, how do you think will your life change?
Okay. I think it will dramatically change my life, Alvin. Totally my career, probably, my career will be totally the whole new different things. But actually, it's not only for the career. Actually, just like Elman, Supranational, I will work alongside with Supranational, but my grown up project is to spread the awareness of inclusivity. Actually, Alvin, for disability people, we need to we need to include it, not exclude it as disability person, because I have this one big experience because I am colorblind, Alvin. So I got rejected
Oh,
from one of the I applied for a work for a job. It's like public relations work, but they require a colorblind test, which there is no relations with color with my job that I applied. So I wanted to spread the message that um, you know, please include us in your what do we call that? Include us in your industry. Please don't put any, for example, any requirements for colorblind or for certain things that me as a disability couldn't reach. So that would be I want to resonate my message about inclusivity more through Mister Supranational.
wow, that is so beautiful. And thank you for sharing your story as well.
Yeah,
Because one way of raising those concerns is voicing it out and sharing
yeah.
your story. So I appreciate you for that. So thank you very much. Now, why do you think you should be the next Mr. Supranational?
Wow, that's a very tough questions. All right. For me, why should I think that I should become the next Mister Supranational? Because I have the clear visions, just like Mister Supranational theme this year about aspirational and inspirational. I have the story, I have the message that I want to carry, I want to convey to the society, and I hope that it could meet the supranational expectations from me. And yeah, I think probably my message and about inclusivity will bring me to the victory.
Very good. Thank you so much for sharing that. And before I ask you your final question, let me just say I truly appreciate everything that you did. We are following your journey. We are seeing your journey, and I've always been proud of how you have changed and improved. So always rest assured that we will be here. I may come from a different country, but we are here supporting you. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for being part of the Supranational family. We will be keeping an eye on you as you compete for Mister Supranational 2021. So now, what is your message to the people who will be supporting you and will be cheering for you until the crowning of Mister Supranational 2021?
All right. To all pageant lovers, to all people who've been supporting me, I would say that pageant is something that we need to enjoy. It's not a war zone. So please support every contestant, not only from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from Singapore, from Venezuela, from Peru. We need to be supportive. Pageant, we need to enjoy the pageant. Pageant is not a war zone. So please uh, be mindful when you are talking. Be mindful when you are comments in other countries' pages and all that. So again, the message from me: please enjoy pageant. Pageant is not a war zone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is such a beautiful, beautiful message. I truly appreciate that. And that is definitely all the pageant fans need to think and sink into them because that is a great message. Thank you so much. Well, Okky, I truly appreciate your time. You're a very busy man, but thank you so much for allowing me to interview you. And thank you so much to Elman as well, to your organization for making this possible.
Alvin, I also would like to say thank you so much for your endless support since day one in Elman. I saw you. We've been following each other with from Elman.
You're my predicted winner. I mean, I was so happy that you won and you're going to Supranational.
Yeah, ever since I think you are one of the example of a good pageant lovers that everyone should follow, because you've been very supporting with a very constructive comments. That should pageant lovers sing from you. Thank you so much, Alvin. Thank you
Oh,
so
thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much for that as well. So again, I will always be keeping an eye on you. So thank you so much for everything, and good luck as you compete for Mister Supranational 2021.
All right. See you, Alvin. Salamat po.
So have a good night. Oh,
Have a
that's
good
so sweet.
night.
Thank you. Bye.